What up? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Breakin Broncos podcast. I am Dylan Miles, riding solo today. We know Dan this week. Dan is not available. He is under the weather, feeling sick. So we're going to be doing this here today. And big day today. Free agency has just started today, and no big Broncos news yet. But from what we have so far, from what we've seen with the Broncos, is they have re-signed Andrew Beck. They brought back Anderson, tender on Rippin. So you're gonna have your backup QB this year, backup quarterback QB two Russell Wilson will be Brett Rippin, which to me I think that's a great decision. You keep the guys on the team, keep that squad, especially sorry, you keep especially Brett Rippin, especially how we've seen him play before. Big guy that's the big time playmaker and can learn under Russell Wilson, and who knows, maybe take the keys someday, but you're never for sure of what's going to happen there. Let me pull some stuff up here. One second. There we go. I am having audio issues. All right, now we're ready to go. I can hear myself. All right, so big talk still. Big talks of free agency. We got a lot of people in free agency that you can bring into this team, especially if you're trying to build a team, a contender. You're trying to build a contender here, and I think the big part of building a contender is keeping the defense solid. Your offense is already looking great. The addition to it was looking good before, but you're missing the quarterback. You're adding Russell Wilson into the mix, QB1. Big time. That's going to be big time, especially able to keep with that big trade package, including Shelby Harris, Drew Lock, and Noah Fant. You're still able to keep your two big time receivers that you were able to sign just this past season, extend in Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick. Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick, keys right there for your offense. You got to keep those guys, big time contracts, big time receivers, Jerry Jeudy, Alberto, and KJ Hamler. Your offense is stacked. Now we're really looking for inside linebackers and pass rush in this free agency. And today, where was it? It was the Packers released a name that we're going to keep an eye out for. If I can find his name here, excuse me. Nope. There we go. The Packers have released Zadarius Smith, a big time release there for the Packers. Pretty good. He's a pro, I think at least a 3-time Pro Bowl pass rusher. And that's another name to be looking out for. Chandler Jones is going to be another name to look out for. And obviously, I'm going to get to this later. Von Miller is going to be another name to look out for. Your 3 top pass rushers, I think you keep your eye on. Oh, there we go. Saw Dan's comment there. Big time stuff there to keep an eye out for, and especially the start of free agency. Big time things going on for free agency. You got some other names to look out for. Jarvis Landry is a big time name that was released, but I'm not seeing any signs of him signing with the Broncos with the receiver core that the Broncos already have. Yeah, once again, not a lot to say, not a lot on the free agency side, not a lot on the free agency side of the Broncos at least. And from the rundown I was sent, I think this is a good time to talk about, especially after we just talked about Brett Rippin, as we go back to who the Broncos should keep who should the Broncos have as a backup. There are quite a bit of quarterbacks out there that you could use as a backup QB this season. Obviously, the Broncos keeping Brett Rippin, from what it looks like, will be QB2 behind Russell Wilson. But here's some names that you could look out for to keep for a backup. And this first name here is one that I like. This name I like as a backup big time is Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback, drafted 35th overall, I think, in 2011. 2011 with the Bengals, went 70, 61, and 2 in his career. 204 touchdowns and 118 interceptions. 118 interceptions isn't something you really want to see on that side, but was drafted there in 2011, so he had some time to spend. With the Broncos having an elite quarterback, you're looking for a good, looking to have a good backup. And I would think you want to have a good veteran backup to have behind Russell Wilson. But no, that's just one name on the list. Andy Dalton's one to look out for. And a familiar name around Broncos country that you could see for a backup, Trevor Siemian. Trevor Siemian obviously was quarterback number 1 of 12 after Peyton Manning. He, after that Super Bowl season, started for the next, believe it was 2 to 3 seasons. And there was 2 seasons. Trevor Siemian started for the Broncos, and former 7th round pick, had a pretty good, in my opinion, had a pretty good year with the Broncos that year he started. Really, see, that's an interesting one. I would like to have as a backup. Obviously, had some time with the Saints, started this past year, had some time with the Jets where he was able to start, but unfortunately had his leg broken on Monday Night Football. But played well with the Saints. That's just a good option to have for a backup. We're not saying starters here, backups. And that's another one I would like to see. In my opinion, that would be up there, my top 2 to have as a backup. And another good option here, Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, that is a name I like, a big name. Tyrod Taylor obviously had stints with plenty of teams in the NFL. Buffalo, just to name a few, Buffalo, Cleveland, the Chargers, and just this past year, the Texans. That's 4 right there that you can look at, 4 teams right there that he's been with in recent memory. Not great luck with some of those teams, especially with the Browns and the Chargers. Obviously, with the Browns, he was benched for Baker Mayfield after leaving the game with an injury early in that year of the 2018 season, and was released later that year and ended up signing with the Chargers and was set to be the starter until he had his lung punctured by a trainer, Dr. Butterfingers. Oh, sorry. I got to take a look at Dan's comment here. What do I think, Russ? That is a good question. I see Dan right there. Bring up Nika. There you go. Yeah, that's a great question. What Russ is going to bring to the Broncos here is, obviously added leadership on offense, and he's going to bring plenty more. You can bring more to the table. Big arm, obviously, one. You're going to see more of the deep balls. It's going to be more scoring is what I'm hoping to see out of Russ. And not just that, and he's also a manager, and he's a scrambler. He can, maybe if that offensive line can't hold all the time, maybe he'll be able to get out and throw the ball. But I think he's going to bring added leadership. He's going to bring wins, and hopefully a next Super Bowl for the Broncos. That is a good one. Yep, right there. I wasn't gonna talk about that, but now I will. Yep, yeah, he did lead the league in average depth of target in 2021 at over 10 yards of throw. And that's going to be big time, obviously. Look at the receivers that the Broncos have now. Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and KJ Hamler, all capable of the deep ball with Russell Wilson. No, it's going to be a fun year to watch this offense. Haven't been many fun years of watching the offense, and I'm just more than excited to watch this team play this year. All right. Exactly. Return of the touchdown. I don't even know how many the Broncos scored this year. All right, one sec, Dan. I'm going to bring up this. I want to bring up this other link you sent me. Oh, wait, no, I want to keep going on back. So those are the 3 options for backups that we were just talking about. Tyrod Taylor, Trevor Siemian, and Andy Dalton. All 3 great choices I would like to see. All 3 great choices that could be a good at backup, but I'm a big fan of keeping Brett Rippon around as the backup. Brady returning. I mean, I saw it coming. I'm not sure about Dan. He could probably put it there in the chat. I saw that man coming back as soon as Schefter broke the news that wasn't true initially. Tom Brady kind of took it to himself to say he was going to retire, but no, I mean NFC, not even just the NFC, the whole league should be scared to see this man coming back. It is, it's going to be a crazy year of the NFL. No, look at that NFC. Look at all those big name quarterbacks in there: Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady. Yeah, that is true. I want to know how that guy's feeling right now. I don't know how you spend $500,000 on a touchdown pass. Oh, I know I'm not going to put up that kind of money. Brady returning is scary. Good for the Buccaneers. Obviously, this will be Brady's last year on his contract. Signed a 3-year deal 2 years ago, and this will be the last season on his contract for the Buccaneers. So who knows? It might be one last ride, or we could be seeing more years of Brady. Okay, where is this? 1 second. All right. Yep, and that. Oh. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I was getting blasted by an ad. Okay. Yeah, and this. Where is this coming from? Sorry, I was getting blasted by an ad. So this one here, Denver Broncos free agent possibilities with Russell Wilson ties. Obviously, a great idea. As we were talking about the other night, the night the Broncos signed Russell Wilson, actually just this past Tuesday, will be a week from today since the Broncos signed him. Bobby Wagner is a guy I would like to see head down to Denver. Now, a big time player on the linebacker role. I believe he's a Super Bowl champion. I believe he was a part of that team. Dan, you can correct me if he wasn't. And, Pro Bowler, all pro linebacker would be a great addition to line up next to Baron Browning, I think. Great addition to have, but there are plenty of free agents that the Broncos could be looking for, especially in the pass rush, the linebackers. I would love to see a Bobby Wagner return and Bobby Wagner head to Denver, or even the possibility of a Chandler Jones is what I've seen a lot of people saying. I like the man, but going up in age is going to be pretty tough for him to come here into this team, especially with this young squad. But once again, would be more added leadership on the defensive side of the ball. But yet again, Chandler Jones is getting up there in age, and who knows what he can do now. And here's another one that a lot of people would love to see would love to see head to Denver, and it's a tight end spot. And Gerald Everett, tight end from Seattle, who signed a 1-year deal with Seattle this past year, so is a free agent now. Now, obviously, you get rid of Noah Fant. You would love to see them fill the role of tight end, even though I think Albert Okwuegbunam could take that role and go with it. I think he would be able to be tight end one, but, can never have enough depth in the NFL, especially on the tight end spot. One goes down, you don't know what's going to happen with your backup. Just keep depth there. Ooh, excuse me. Go back. And some people would be loving to see German Ifedi. I always forget how to say it. Jermaine Ifedi. I forget how to say this guy's name. Offensive tackle from the Seahawks. See, yep, that's what I was going to get to here soon, was about Vaughn. But yeah, I want to talk about Everett and Wilson played together before. Yep, that is true. And yeah, and you sending me these articles. I like these names here. But Jermaine Ifedi is a guy I would like to have offensive tackle, especially with you could line him up on the opposite side of Garrett Bowles on the right tackle. The man is pretty good. The Seahawks picked him up in the first round back in 2016 in the draft after the Broncos traded up to draft Paxton Lynch, but we're not going to talk about that because those days are behind us. And, Broncos lost Bobby Massey last year, and who knows how he's going to be and you would like to add some depth, and I think Jermaine Efferdie would be a great addition on the right tackle. Yep, right there. He is a road grader, and I think that would be nice to have him with Russell Wilson, especially, you add some, they've been playing together, uh, chemistry. There you go. Have some chemistry. You've been playing together since 2016. Now both free agents. Ooh, lost the comment. There we go. Yeah, hopefully Sierra will put Colorado on the map. No, Russell Wilson will be a great fit with this Broncos team. He's already texted all of his receivers and tight ends, and they're going to start throwing together here soon. And I think it's 2 to 3 days. It will be official. Russell Wilson official trade will go through, and Russell will be a Bronco. Yeah, you got to show up in orange. You got to show up in orange. And now this is out of the last of the free agents I really wanted to talk about was Von Miller. That is a big name. Obviously, the man's been teasing on Twitter and Instagram lately, and there was a picture that he had put up as his banner. Nope, that is the wrong page. He had changed his picture banner back to him in Mile High, him playing Mile High with his orange jersey on. And the man has just changed back his tag. Oh, became official? Perfect. All right. Hopefully we got a press conference soon. But Vaughn, Dan, have you been paying attention to Vaughn's Twitter? Because this is something that's been throwing me off. Probably tomorrow. All right, perfect. Vaughn with the changing his banner back to him in a Broncos uniform. His description on his Twitter account says he is a Denver Bronco. There's no LA Ram in there. I don't know. The man's just throwing out. He's throwing out his love for the Broncos. He's wanting to come back, and maybe we'll see a deal get done today. But I haven't seen or heard much on the Twitter sphere. But we're gonna find out. Ooh. Oh well. Hey Dan, have you seen this page? This, according to Tom Pelissero, Russell Wilson is potentially recruiting Bobby Wagner to head down to Denver. Oh, yeah, there you go. And he changed all his tags to orange. It's big time. Yeah, that's gonna be big time if he comes back. That'll be one of the craziest things that ever happened. Von Miller gets traded midway through the season, heads to LA, wins the Super Bowl, comes back to Denver. You'd love to see it. I'm not sure if we'll see it today, though. Yeah, his description says he's just a Denver Bronco. That's going to be... Hopefully we'll see something soon about that. But the Bobby Wagner... the Von Miller stuff is... he's teasing us, and I'm hoping it comes true, but from what we've seen him posting, most likely going to happen. But with what I just saw, Russ is trying to recruit Bobby Wagner to head to Denver. And like I've told you, Dan, I think it's a great addition to have him as a inside linebacker, match him up next to Baron Browning, and just let them go at it. Dan, those pages you sent me had ads and they're just blasting me in my ears. Yeah, no, he would be a perfect fit with Baron Browning on that defense. I'm messing with you. It's fine. Start time 2:22. All right. Yep, sorry about the few-minute late start. Dan sent me the link, and I wasn't able to go live. He had to do it for me. I want to ask you, Dan, while you're still in the chat, who's another free agent that you would love to see go today that the Broncos could potentially pick up? And while I wait for that, I want to keep talking about Russell Wilson, being official. Terran Armstead, yes. Terran Armstead would be a great fit. I want to see How old is Terran Armstead? Terran Armstead is 30, and he will be 31 before the season started. No, Terran Armstead would be awesome to line up. I don't know where you would want to line him up at. Probably right tackle, maybe left tackle if you're able to swap him and Garrett Bowles. Yeah, I would love to see him as a. I would love to see bring in a man who's been guarding for him for Russ Wilson for about 6 years now. And Effity was one of the strong points on that Seahawks lineman. In my opinion, I think he was. Terran Armstead, man, blocked for. He was on that. Yeah, I'd say he's been on the Saints. He's been blocking for Drew Brees since 2013. No, and he's been blocking for Drew Brees since 2013. Had those great years there. One of the best lines in the league, in my opinion, was that Saints team. Oh, yeah, and first day free agency, we're probably not going to be able to get the big news until tomorrow, unless unless something comes through while we're live here. But as I've been looking, oh, here we go. Well, I think we've all been seeing this coming. Melvin Gordon unlikely to come back to the Broncos, and I want to see what you guys feel about that. Sorry, reading comments. I wasn't paying attention. Yep, there. I like that. Yeah, let him walk. Just because, you got the man Javonte Williams and you got Mike Boone, and you could probably go get for Melvin Gordon, probably one of his better years with the Broncos, but you're not going to see him. You're not really going to see him do what he does anymore, especially because he's getting up there in age. He's not super old. I don't even think he's 30 yet. But, you got Javonte Williams. He's his second season coming up, rising. He was a breaking star. Yeah, Mike Boone as his backup. And you could go in the draft and find you a third-string running back that could split snaps maybe with Mike Boone and go from there. Broncos still have picks in the draft. Don't forget. Got one in the second still. You could find one in the second, third, and fifth round, sixth round. Definitely. Say goodbye to fumbles and Melvin Gordon. And we're going to hopefully see Javonte Williams step it up this year and just dominate as a Bronco this year. Dominate with this Broncos team this year, especially with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's going to like having a reliable running back. I think he's gonna love having a reliable running back on the team, because for the past 2-3 seasons, it's all been Russ. Oh my God, Christian Kirk got $84 million. I didn't see that. Jesus, dude, they're cheap deals. I mean, you get both of them for a little over $50 million for that many years. It's looking like a steal now. Those guys want to stay with the Broncos or with the Jags. Oh my God. Okay. Ooh. All right. That's a lot of money. No, the deals for Portland and Timmy are really good now, especially now that they got themselves a quarterback that will throw them the ball, and then you still got KJ Hamler and Jerry Jeudy on their rookie deals. So you got all these guys for not that much money at all. You got 4 receivers for really, in my opinion, not much money. And that'll be a big part of this year. The two are on rookie deal, KJ and Jerry are, and you're gonna see. I think we're gonna see Russ is gonna actually have more options than just Tyler Lockett out on the field this season. No, you got you got Cortland Sutton, who's gonna be 50-50 on any deep ball. Tim Patrick, who's just a reliable receiver out there, can do anything you put him up against. He can do anything you need him to. Yeah, exactly. And never had more than two top tier targets. But being able to watch Russ this year, be able to split it out between KJ and Cortland on a deep ball, Tim Patrick over reliable. You can send him wherever you need to, and Jerry in the slot. It's going to be a big year. It's going to be a big year for this offense. I wouldn't be surprised if you see for Russ throw for 30 or more touchdowns this season. It's going to be a great year. Is there any more you sent me in that link, Dan? In the rundown? What was this one? Yep, we went over. Yep, went over Rippon, Beck, Griffith, and Griffith all re-signed and tendered. Oh, yeah, here's one I know we can talk about. The Broncos did let Deontay Spencer go, which they were looking for a trade for Deontay last season, weren't they, Dan? I'm pretty sure they were. Last year they were looking for a trade on Deontay, but it fell through after his injury. Let's see. That was Deshaun Hampton. Yes, you were right. You're right. That was thinking the wrong name. Yeah, no. Let Deontay Spencer walk free because obviously that. Excuse me. I shut my chat down so I can't see anything. Yeah, Deshaun. Yeah, so they tried to get sign Deshaun, get a trade on Deshaun Hamilton last year before he hurt his knee, obviously. But now having Deontay Spencer gone, you're going to have options for special teams this year. You have more options than usual to go out there and find special teams in free agency. Not even just free agency, find them in the draft. And hopefully the special teams can pick some things up this year. Oh, my headphones turned off. I didn't have anything playing through them. All right. And I mean, it's going to be an exciting year, and this free agency is going to be fun to see because the Broncos are going to build this team back. No, they had parts of the pieces. Now they're just going to fit the rest of the pieces into the puzzle and go from there. Dan, who do you want to see a replacement for Deontay Spencer? I'd like to see KJ Hamler return some punts now this season, return more punts. Because that is going to be a very yes, Joe Velus Jones Jr. is an animal. What was his deal with the Titans? Oh, sorry, not Titans. Sorry, I was see what was his stats with Tennessee. Yeah. Let's see. Trying to find the stats up here on the Tennessee site. No, see, because he's going to have a great year with him. He runs a 4.33. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and you'll be able to and he was a combine invitee, so was the punt returner at the Senior Bowl. He was SEC Coast Special Teams Player of the Year, which is big time, and that's the one you would love to see because he's also a receiver. No, never can have enough depth at receiver, but mainly will just be your special teams guy, be your kick returners, your punt returner, do whatever you need him to do. And you really need a guy like that, and you need somebody quick and somebody who's honestly big. You need a big guy or you don't need big, but you need somebody a little bulkier than what Deontay Spencer was, because Deontay Spencer was small. There we go. Let's look at this man's stats. Against one of his returns, he had his longest return this season was let's see. Now they're not showing his return stats here. Oh, here it is. He had a 72-yard return this year on a punt return. That was his longest, averaged about a 10 to 15 yards per return on punts. Yeah, that'd be big time, I think. You can replace, if that's the man you can replace Deontay with, and especially I think returners are going to fall pretty far into the draft, so the Broncos could snag him up in the third or fourth round, especially with the fourth rounder they got from Seattle. When they got Russ, they also came with the fourth rounder, so you get an extra pick in that draft. No, it's going to be going to be a fun week of free agency. And I just wish you were here, Dan. You had to be sick on me. I'm still just paying attention on my phone. Trying to keep up. Oh. 4-3-1. Jesus, faster. All right, and here we got a list of the top remaining free agent edge rushers. There are a lot of big names on this one. Obviously, top of the list: Von Miller, Chandler Jones, Jadeveon Clowney, excuse me, Randy Gregory, Melvin Ingram, Justin Houston, Jerry Hughes, Charles Harris, Jason Pierre-Paul, Uchenna Nwosu. I always forget to say that guy's name. Obonia Okaran. That guy can never say his name either. Arden Key and Dante Fowler Jr. There are a lot of names on that list I would love to see. You're not going to get them all, obviously. Probably going to get your pick at the crop, maybe one. You could even get two, depending on what their previous contract deals were. Oh, obviously, Vaughn would be the big one to have. You would love to have Bobby Wagner show, you would also love to see Melvin Ingram wouldn't hurt, but Melvin Ingram always has history with his injuries. Had a pretty decent year with the Chiefs after the Chiefs traded him away before after the Chargers traded him over to Kansas City before the deadline. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of big names there. Chandler Jones, obviously, is a big one. You would love to see Jadeveon Clowney. Do you know, was Jadeveon Clowney, where was he at this season? Oh, he was with the Browns. Yeah, right. Yep, he is. Jadeveon Clowney was with the Browns. He was with the Titans the year before. Yeah, that'd be a great pickup to line up on the other edge. Maybe when you got Vaughn come back, you have Jadeveon Clowney, you could have a Von Miller and a Bradley Chubb on your edge rushers. Obviously, add more leadership and just superpower to that defense on that pass rush. And just keep paying attention to the phone. See, well, I really don't have much more to talk about today. Really, I have one more topic I really want to talk to Randy Gregory. Okay, what was his deal with the Cowboys? He's only 29. He's got 16 and a half sacks he's had 16 and a half sacks. He was drafted in the 2015 draft to the Cowboys. You could get him for pretty cheap, depending on what his contract is. Let's look at the spot tracker here. All right. So after that deal, he has really made, in the past 3 years, has made over $6.7 million to sign Bobby. Yep, I just saw that. You could get a Randy Gregory for a good $5-6 million contract, maybe a bit more, depending on how much he thinks he's worth. I would love to see Randy Gregory head to Denver. That'd be another good pickup, and you can get him pretty cheap at that. See, yep, this past year he signed a $1 million signed a $1 million contract. That was $310,000 guaranteed, and you could get him even cheaper for that. But if you want to get him on a few-year deal, you got to spend a couple mil more than just one. They're now betting plus 700 to sign Bobby Wagner. That's crazy. Do you have anything else for me to talk about, Dan? Because I have. Those are the big things I really wanted to talk about. Sorry, free agency, obviously. Not much big news since we broke. I know Broncos have a new QB. We got Russ. Got Russ. Oh no, here's one I wanted to ask you. Who do you want as the backup? Who would you want as the backup? Oh, they signed Mario Vincenza. When was that? That just happened? Mario Vincenza. 37 minutes ago. Okay. You spelled my man's name again. I just forgot. Okay. Wow, that yep, there you go. Got another one right there. That's a big time sign right there. I'm trying to find an article on that. Nope, there you go. Add more depth. Add more depth. I wonder who QB2 will be though. I wonder if it'll be him or Brett Rippon, because you got Brett Rippon, who I think is pretty good backup quarterback. Yes, keep up with him because he will have it before he will know everything before I will know it. That's big time. Wow. Well, I might wrap up the show here, Dan. I'm out of talking topics here. Bit different trying to go an hour without you. No, but free agency, just keep an eye out. Yep. Make sure to keep following. We did hit 200 followers on Twitter. Keep it growing. Make sure you hit the like button. I see more people in here than I do likes, so I would like to see more likes now. Press that down there. Doesn't hurt you. It helps us. And we want to keep growing here. We want to keep doing this for as long as we can. And just make sure to keep an eye out on Twitter. The Answers 42. My handle is right there on the screen. You follow me on Twitter. Keep an eye out on Dan's. No problem. Keep an eye out on Dan's Twitter for free agency. Obviously, we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep up the big news. Maybe more big breaking news on. We might be on later in the week once Dan's feeling better. And, that's all I have for you guys here today. I'm Dylan Miles. This has been the Breakin Broncos podcast, part of the Bird Gang's Bird Gang Network on sports media. I want to thank them for having us on here. And, other than that, I think that's all I got for you today. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next Monday. And don't question the blue.